Did you know that women played a big part in the Civil War? Many people only think about all of the men that were famous leaders and soldiers of the Civil War. However, there were countless important women that had a significant impact on this historic event.
This is Women in the Civil War in Plain English by Sasha, Isha, and Georgia.
The Union had the most organized nursing and relief efforts organized by women like Clara Barton. They helped the men by keeping the bandages clean, feeding the sick, and helping wounded soldiers and help doctors when they needed help. Clara Barton first worked as a recording clerk at the U.S. Patent Office before the Civil War had started. She first started as a nurse when she heard that the Civil War had begun. So she immediately quit her job to help bring supplies in for Union soldiers in need. She was at every important battle in Maryland, Virginia, and South Carolina, where she also helped the wounded and was soon known as the Angel of the Battlefield. After the war ended, Barton helped locate missing soldiers, marked thousands of graves, and gave evidence as a witness in Congress about her wartime experiences.
If you think that spies in the Civil War were only men, well, you are incorrect. Some of the top spies for both sides were women. They were mostly women who lived on one side but supported the other side and gave them information. Pauline Cushman was a Union spy who hid battle plans and drawings in her shoes. She also ran spy rings to the Union that had information in them. At the camp of General Braxton Bragg of the Confederate Army, she managed to discover his battle plans. She was awarded the rank of Brevet Major by General Garfield and given the award by President Abraham Lincoln for her service to the Union. Now, Miss Major Cushman.
Even though most women were not allowed to fight as soldiers, they still managed to join the army and fight in the war. They disguised themselves to look like men by cutting their hair and wearing manly-looking clothes. The women soldiers slept in dirty, smelly, unwashed clothes and barely ever picked out new clothes or bathed. Most of the women were able to stay unidentified. They figured out how to fight with the men for a long period of time. If any woman was ever discovered, they would most likely just be sent back home without being punished. One example of a famous woman soldier who fought in this war is Deborah Sampson. She dressed herself to look like a man like many others did. She did this to help a soldier who was hurt and wounded.
In conclusion, not only did the men play a big part in the Civil War, but women did too. Women like Clara Barton, Pauline Cushman, and Deborah Sampson played some very brave and important roles because without these brave women, men would have not had the medical attention and care they needed. They also got super inside information from the other side, which female spies gave and risked their lives doing. Some even gave us extra help while fighting in this harsh war. This is
Women in the Civil War in Plain English by Sasha, Isha, and Georgia.